Oh, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Vertical Plus podcast. We got a major shakeup today. I have kicked off past tense, Austin and Ben this week. Austin was gone last week. I really enjoyed it. I thought, why not try it with Ben gone as well? But I couldn't do this podcast alone. So I came up with two people. It's not true. Austin did. But I came up with the other person. Went back in the catalog and said, who's somebody that I think could help me talk to this person that we have as a guest today? And I decided on the one and the only Mrs. Avery Snyder. Welcome.
Hello there. Hey. I'm no longer in the hot seat now.
No,
so
you're a part of the cast.
It's time for someone else.
Yeah, you better step up. Anyway, Avery.
Hey.
We've brought in somebody really special today.
We have.
You guys.
Who is it?
Somebody we talk about quite a lot. I say we. Austin and I talk about quite a lot on this podcast. It's none other than our house drummer, the Mr. Extraordinaire, Mr. Kris Wilson. Welcome, Kris Wilson.
What a legend.
Thank you.
What
Thank
a
you.
legend.
Oh, pleasure to be here.
Yes. All right, Kris. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Today
Yeah.
was a very good day.
Really? We're
Yeah.
recording in an afternoon, which you don't typically do.
Yeah.
But you said you had a good day.
Yes.
Does it put you in a good mood for this podcast?
I am so ready for this.
Would you have been in a good mood regardless coming onto this podcast? Is it that special to you, or did it take some work?
No, I was born ready.
That's what I like
He was
to
born
hear.
for this.
Paramore reference. Nice.
Yes, thank you.
That's her
I
favorite
like
band.
to drop him in subtle. Oh, he knows. He knows.
Oh, good.
I met Haley Williams and you didn't.
Whoa.
true.
Whoa.
It's true. He has met Haley Williams.
Yeah. Y'all follow her on Twitter? She's spicy.
She is spicy.
She yells a lot.
I don't have a tweeter.
It's probably a good call. Anyway, Kris, we're glad you're here. We figured we'd talk about you so daggum much.
It was time.
It was time to bring you on and get to know who the heck this guy even is, so that people can put a face with the name. If they're watching on YouTube. If not, then a voice with the name at least.
And just see how awesome he is.
He is pretty awesome.
Definitely one of the most interesting people I've ever met.
Don't hype me up too much.
You'll see. Just wait.
All right, Kris, we're going to start a little bit at the beginning. Kind of. We're going to fast forward to the beginning, but we at least want to touch
The
it, okay?
genesis.
Yeah. Now, ending point, you volunteer here a lot,
A lot.
a whole lot. That's mainly what we want to talk about today, but we want to know how that came to be. All right?
All right.
So you're born and raised Madison, Mississippi.
Correct.
No one would have thought it because you don't seem like a Southern boy.
Well, I can be a little bit.
You own horses and most of us don't, so you got us beat there.
That's fair.
So you started off here. I assume you went to Madison Middle School, Madison
No,
Central.
I went to Rosa Scott.
Oh, you're that old?
I am that old.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Wow.
Tell us a little bit of like what early life was like for Kris Wilson.
Pretty boring.
Nice.
Standard teenage boy, video games. I was in the band. I was in a little hardcore band.
What did you play in the band?
Played trumpet because I didn't make the drum line.
Wow.
Wow.
I would not have guessed that.
Got an underdog here.
There are plenty of people that I know were in drumline that definitely don't play drums anymore.
Yeah, I did make the cut in 7th grade.
Can you still
would
play
make
the
the cut.
trumpet?
Yes. Not very well.
Hey, I mean, maybe one Sunday we could spice it up.
Do like a
trumpet.
mariachi cover of a
I'll bring my flute.
Chris Tomlin special. Oh
yes, please.
Your flute.
Yeah, I played flute in middle school, so we could do a little
We could
duet.
do a brass and woodwind section of the
hey,
jazz versions of worship
Oh,
songs.
man.
That's what we've
that's
been needing all along.
Chase's dream.
Oh gosh, we're getting off
He's
a
like,
tangent already.
Please
man.
let me play jazz
Let's
guitar.
do it. I'm down.
All right, keep going.
Okay, so yeah, born and raised, middle school, high school, pretty standard for a teenage boy. I went to one of the big churches around here and kind of fell out of it as I got into the I can drive, so I don't have to wake up early to go to church stage. So I kind of stopped going to church.
Were you being taken to church, or were you
Yeah,
going to church?
I was being taken.
Okay.
Sometimes against my will. Sometimes it was kind of okay.
Yeah.
Just
Well, most
didn't-
things are against your will when you're that age.
Yep.
It's fair. I didn't really jive with it too much. So stopped going to church. Fast forward through high school.
Well, no. What was high school like?
High school was the same as middle school,
Really?
but just with longer hair.
You did have extremely long
It
hair.
was ridiculous.
It was awesome.
It's all gone now. Never
What
coming
year
back.
did you graduate high school?
2007.
Hey,
Man, a full. What year did you graduate, Avery?
2016.
Holy moly.
When I was your age.
Yeah.
I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade when you graduated.
So then, okay, well, you want to fast forward through high school because I would probably do the same thing.
There's
it was,
nothing
It was a
much
lot
to
of
really tell.
self-conscious chase and awkward, and then we just got out of there.
Yeah.
What was it? What was post-high school like?
Post high school was college,
Oh, that
There you
makes
go.
sense. Where did you go to college?
Mississippi State.
What did you study?
I was an art major. So I
Like
studied,
just art, hardcore art major?
I wanted every 18-year-old boy's dream was to be a video game designer.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go do video game design. Well, they didn't have a program for that, so they
It didn't exist yet.
stuck me into graphic design. I was like, graphic design's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So as a kid, were you always good at art? Like, could you always draw?
I could draw, kind of okay.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of my like kid stuff or kid work, but I was, I took art 1 through 3 or 4 in high school, so I was proficient, but never thought like I could be an artist.
Yeah.
I want to make video games.
Nice. So, well, like, did that continue through college that you wanted to do that, or did it, what did it end up being?
I took a drawing class in my freshman year, and
You said you're at State, right?
at State, yes, my teacher was very interesting. His name was James Davis.
Eclectic.
Very eclectic.
As art teachers are.
My man was wild, dude.
Nice. People that get masters in art majors are just crazy people.
Can't confirm. Yes.
Little foreshadowing.
Oh.
But one day he took me on a drive. Like he took me out of class. He's like, "Come on, man, you're coming with me." So
Yeah.
we're walking around the campus. Got in his car. He's just kind of driving me around, talking about stuff. He's like, "Why do you want to be a game designer?" I was like, "I don't know. I like video games." No. What do you really want to do? Like, what about this whole art thing do you like? Well, I like drawing. You should be a drawing major. Oh, okay, sure. Why not?
And that was it.
That changed my major. Like,
Easy.
he couldn't convince me to like stay as graphic design or digital media or whatever. And same thing happened when I took painting like a year later.
Right.
Teacher was like, "I thought you should be a painter, dude." Oh, okay.
So what did the dream become whenever you have that conversation?
The dream became like I could really do this art thing,
Yeah.
and either I wanted to make it,
Right.
whatever that means.
Yeah.
The definition of making it definitely has changed from 19-year-old Kris to 31-year-old Kris,
As most things do.
as most things do.
Yeah. So you change to an art major. You start following that path.
Yeah.
I assume you graduate State, like I don't know, and then
Yeah.
you go do the graduate school stuff.
Yes, but
Where is that?
that's in New Mexico. It's
Wow.
much more recent than Old Mexico.
Now, just you, or like what's happening here? Are you going off to New Mexico solo?
No, I'm not flying Han Solo. I am currently, well, I guess before we went, engaged to my wife, current wife,
Hey.
Margaret. Hey.
Oh, Margaret.
Shout out.
Shout out indeed. So we moved out there, but I want to backtrack a little bit.
Okay. It's your story. Do what you
Yes.
want.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This is your podcast though, so I have
That's all right.
permission.
Yes.
Wonderful. So freshman year, my dad introduces me to this biker church called Life Bridge.
Whoa.
Oh.
Taking it way back.
Did you say biker church?
A biker. They had
Now,
a biker.
Do you want to
group.
give the history of that, or do you want to tandem it? What do you need to happen there?
I'd love to just kind of talk about
Go for
kind
it.
of what it was.
Do it.
Yeah.
So there was a group of guys that rode motorcycles, and they went to this church called Life Bridge that met in a elementary school cafeteria. This is like 2008-ish, 9,
Madison Station.
Madison Station, the good old days.
Yeah.
And they had a very small stage. They had really loud music, kind of rock and rolly.
Their shtick.
It was kind of cool. They had an electric drum set.
Man.
And I played one Sunday for them, and it was a lot of fun. And I stuck with it. And then I kept going, and I kept going. And I would drive home from Starkville on a weekend so I could go to Lifebridge.
Wow.
I did not
times.
know that you
Dedicated.
started LifeBridge in college. Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so like that thing kept growing and growing, and I got plugged in a whole bunch, and it worked.
Yeah.
It was so cool. And then there was some transitional stuff. It became vertical, which is fabulous.
But that was while you were gone, right?
That was while I was gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a
In New
3-year
Mexico?
hiatus. Yes.
Or-
So
Okay.
tell me about, so you're in this church that you really enjoy in LifeBridge while you're in Madison, just Mississippi in general. You graduate college, right? You decide you know what, New Mexico is the place. Well, I assume, was that just because you wanted to do destination stuff, or is it the best place for you?
It was, I didn't know it was the best place for me at the time.
Okay.
I applied to 5 schools, got into 4, and
Brag a little bit.
You know, you got to. I didn't get into the one that I really wanted to get into, though.
It's just
Which
a clear
was?
sign.
Which was Indiana, in Bloomington. Kind of glad I didn't, because it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And New Mexico was great. They're the school that offered me the most opportunities.
Yeah.
And also, I really enjoyed the weather there.
Yeah.
In New Mexico?
Yeah, that was kind of my professors, like, when you're applying to grad school, pick someplace where you enjoy the weather.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I tell all my students that now.
Yeah. So you and Margaret are like happily plugged into LifeBridge. You land on New Mexico as the destination education.
Yes.
Rhyming.
Very good.
So you're leaving behind a church that you like. What happens in that realm when you get to New Mexico? Because I assume you enjoyed the school, right?
The school was great. The people were fantastic. Friendships are amazing there. I tried to get plugged into, I think, 3 different churches. Doesn't even compare.
Yeah.
It is like, you know, stuck in the air out of the room. Just,
Yeah.
you had something that was really fantastic, and you're just like super excited, plugged in, you're doing stuff, and then you go to another place and it's just
Yeah.
It's
gone.
hard.
It was miserable. So I tried to do the church thing out there.
Yeah.
Just didn't fit at all.
So what happens to the Wilson family while you're out there?
So my last year in grad school, about to get my master's degree, my wife's pregnant.
Yep.
Surprise,
Hey.
surprise.
Nice.
Hey.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, a big surprise. And then like, I think like a week or 2 before my like dissertation, my daughter's born. So it's just
Wow.
chaos.
That's a lot.
So all this stuff on my plate, and it's like, oh, here's a baby. Oh gosh, like what do you do? It was nuts, but we got through it, easy peasy. And then we moved back to Mississippi.
So how long did you live in New Mexico?
3 years.
Okay. And what did you get your master's in? Like, what was the official title?
Technically, it's a master's in studio art, but I was a painter, 100% painting, nothing else. Just paint,
Is the
paint,
goal the same once you graduate graduate school, as far as like your dream?
It was until I found out that Margaret was pregnant.
Right.
Then I was like, I should probably do something that's a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
So I 180'd hard.
Was
into
that
teaching.
easy or was that a hard decision?
It was tough
Yeah.
because I was on track to do the gallery thing and be the studio artist, but
And you'd already dabbed your feet in a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Just
I
because
had
you had to,
shows
essentially.
yeah, I have a big pile of rejection letters from shows and a couple of acceptance letters, which are really nice.
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 So you come back to Mississippi with the fam. Julia's born.
Yes.
Right. Sorry. Spoiler alert. Her name's
Spoiler alert,
Julia.
her name's Julia.
You get back to Mississippi. What's the new plan?
The new plan is kind of find a gig.
Yeah.
I'm working for a local janitorial supply company
owned by
Mein Faja, which is great. So
Mine Faja.
I've built them a website, do as much art related stuff as I can for that because desk jobs are just not for
Garbage.
me. So I am kind of looking around. I think I want to teach. It's fun. I taught in New Mexico, and that was a really good time. So enter Holmes Community College, do a cold interview saying you guys need an art program on the original campus because you don't have one. And they're like, we'll call you.
Nice. Bold.
Very,
I guess nothing to lose though.
nothing
Yeah.
to lose. Yeah,
True.
everything to gain. And I made a nice resume for them.
Yeah.
And trying to print the resume out. My printer breaks. Got to go to Walmart at like 4 a.m. to buy a new printer. It was a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
I still have that printer. So
Nice.
good job, printer. It's a good one. So just so happens about a month or 2 later, position opens up for art appreciation, part-time.
The dream.
I actually took that class in college.
I'm so sorry for you.
It was online, so it was.
I'm still
weird.
so sorry for you.
We had to do a project and everything. We had to like take pictures of our process and email it to the professor.
That's kind of
It was-
cool.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, that's better than the
Holmes version of it.
most versions of it.
Most
all
ver-
versions of it, really.
Yeah.
It's very like, this is what a pencil is. Do you not know?
This is what graphite is.
This is graphite
Charcoal.
is, yes.
Here's the color wheel.
This is a paintbrush. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This is fabulous.
Okay. So you get the job.
I get the gig. So I'm part-time teaching 2 classes.
Yep.
And I'm really very, very thankful for it because it takes me out of the desk job.
Yep.
And so I just keep kind of pushing. Maybe, have you guys thought of like maybe a drawing class? Like just one little drawing class. And they're like, no. And then one semester they say, hey, you can teach drawing and art history. I was like, whew, upgrade.
Yeah.
Big upgrade. And that trend just keeps happening. So drawing 1 becomes drawing 2. Art history becomes art history 2. Then full-time.
Yep.
Boom. Which is really, really cool. And that's where I've been since, 2015, I guess.
Enjoying it?
Enjoying it. Love it. I'm teaching like 6 classes between 2 campuses here and Goodman. And it's pretty rad.
So what is your favorite class to teach?
Favorite class. Easily, it's between drawing 1 and painting 1.
Okay.
Because they're so just
Moldable.
yeah, and they're fundamental.
Yeah.
Drawing 1 is just black and white charcoal, so there's nothing really to get confusing with that. And painting 1 is, you're learning how to see color, and that is just watching them. The first half of the semester, they're just like, this guy is just ridiculous. It's a white wall. Why can't I just paint it white? Like, no. There's like red and yellow and blue in it. They're like, are you? Nah, come on, guy.
Yeah.
And they finally see it, and they're like, oh, my eyes are open. I see the.
Do you feel like
everything.
ending up as a teacher, like, I don't know, you may have thought about it before, or maybe not. Is it kind of inspiration from the teacher that told you you're going to do drawing or you're going to do
Absolutely.
painting?
Yeah. Man, I don't want to like tell them, hey, you should be a painter, unless they're like, hey, I think I want to be a painter. You should do it.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoy just watching students like get it.
Yeah.
Because when they get it, they get excited about it. And that can be in any aspect, whether it's art or a job or, relationships or anything.
Right.
When the light bulb goes off, that's what I teach for. There we go.
Nice.
Done.
All right. Back to the real meat of it. You leave behind LifeBridge.
Yes.
All right.
Sad.
While you're gone, lightning strikes, mergers, brand new church.
Yes.
Kind of. You come back. Are you immediately back in vertical?
Absolutely.
How is that?
It was great.
Yeah.
Very different.
Right.
It was a different culture coming back after 3 years. But just as easily plugged back in. There were some familiar faces. There were some brand new faces.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting and pretty cool to get to meet new people, work with new people.
Right.
I think the goal was still the same.
Yeah.
So that was good.
What was the goal?
Chris Grove's going to get so mad at me. I don't remember the...
Oh, you don't have to quote it. What was your goal? Like, what did you... Maybe I was misinferring. The goal of the church was still the same.
Yes, the goal of the church was still the same.
Gotcha. What was your goal being in the church?
Really, it was like, that's my way of really connecting, making new connections with people, being part of a community.
Yeah.
I'm a bad small grouper. So like
being a part of one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
I feel that.
scheduling and teaching, and I'm just also bad at it. But being part of a team like that's kind of all doing the same thing, and that's like my small group kind of vibe.
So what do you get plugged into when you get back? What are the things?
Back into music, 100%.
Right.
And I also get plugged into the youth ministry.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Hey.
Get thrown into it with some 6th grade boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this guy.
Does
Yeah.
your teacher self come out whenever you're with the 6th grade boys?
No, my 8th grade boy self comes out.
Oh no.
It's hard to not stoop down to at least close to their level.
I mean, it's easy to.
Yeah.
It's really easy to.
So peek behind the curtain, you're co-leading with me.
I'm co-leading
in the
with
small
Chase.
group there. And also happen to be co-leading with me in the band as well. What is like, are these things like life-giving to you? Are they challenging? What are they?
Both. Life-giving for sure, and also incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
Like,
in what way? In both sense of those things.
so challenging with the youth group
yeah.
would be like 6th grade boys, and trying to lead them is like herding cats.
Absolutely.
You can't do it.
Vouch.
Big vouch. It's a lot of work. So the challenge of, oh my gosh, I've got to go deal with these kids tonight, but at the same time, you're like, I want to make sure these guys know that people care about them. We got their back. We're looking out for them, and trying to be good role models and good leaders for them in like a church setting, without being like super over church.
Right. Yeah. What about the worship side of it?
The challenge of it was just playing with a click.
Yeah.
That was new.
Ableton.
That was very new.
It calls you out a lot.
It does call me out, but the lady,
I wasn't. It's everybody.
Yeah.
So was that something that wasn't there before you moved, and when you came back, it was there?
heavens
sound
no.
wedges. That's what it was, and
Yeah.
I would always remember. I mean, it's the big joke now. That "Our God Is Greater" song.
Yeah.
When it goes into the bridge, like, and if our God.
Oh,
is
yeah.
da, 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 da.
Speed up. You end this song
So
way
accurate.
faster
Yeah.
than you began it. Definitely been there.
That is incredibly accurate. So you've been here for a while. Even since you've been back, there's been different iterations of both of those things.
Absolutely.
Honestly, maybe even heavier changes than leaving and coming back.
Oh yeah. Things
So-
have changed a lot.
What does it feel like for you now?
It's kind of like
being
breathing.
a volunteer. Yeah.
It is just a very natural thing. I enjoy it. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll with the worship team, like I'll ask to be put on. Like, hey, if someone doesn't want to show up on like next Sunday, like, hey, you know, I'm free. I'm free.
Yeah.
I want to do a lot of stuff, and I find myself up here late night, like doing stuff for the like tuning drums,
Tuning the
putting new
drums.
heads on,
Yeah.
just really focusing.
Which thank goodness, because
What we
nobody
do.
here's
What
able
we
to
do
do
now.
that.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's kind of like my service.
Yeah.
Have you ever found yourself burn out from it?
Sometimes.
How do you deal with that?
I try to be really reflective about it. Like, why am I burning out? And asking myself questions and then making myself answer them. So if I'm just not feeling it, you know, one of those days, it's like, okay, why am I feeling this way? Why am I not engaging as much as I should? Why do I feel kind of meh or over it? And then try to justify an answer. And if I can, then I say, oh, get over it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And then really try to think of, you know, why are you actually doing this? And when you ask yourself that question, like, okay, I know why I'm doing it. Like,
Yeah.
there's a clear answer. I'm tired, grumpy. I don't like the song, whatever.
Yeah.
10th grade boys are just
Yeah. That's where we're at now, by the way. Almost 5 years in.
5 years in. They haven't learned yet.
No.
So y'all have y'all been with the same group of boys all this time?
So Kris took like a 1 semester hiatus to
Teach a night class.
yeah,
And
his
just kind
job
of-
got challenging. Yeah, which it was challenging before, and then you had to make a call over the summer. Like, this is something I got to do.
Yeah.
I understood. Had a guy come in named Gray that came and helped out a lot. But now you're right back into it.
Couldn't leave.
Couldn't leave.
Couldn't stay away.
Yeah.
If it's okay with you, Chase, I'd like to ask Kris, how did you start playing drums? Like, what made you want to start playing?
I'll allow it.
You allow it?
Yeah.
Whatever coolness you see right now or feeling, it's going to just go away real quick.
That's all right.
So
I was watching this anime.
it's not that bad. Okay, it's not that bad. I think I was like 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Young.
early.
Yeah.
Go back
very
to
early.
Get in the Wayback Machine. I'm like 6, 7, or 8, something like that. There's this band.
It's called Tool.
It was called Tool, but I didn't know about them yet. Hanson.
Oh.
Okay.
Hanson.
Yeah.
I got a Hanson. I got a cassette tape,
Wow.
a VHS of their live like touring concerts, and I got a Sunlight. You can't even find this brand anymore. It doesn't exist. A Sunlight drum set
Okay.
for like, I think it was Christmas or something.
Wow.
And so
Were you forced to put it in the garage?
no, it was in my bedroom.
Oh, wow.
So my parents, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Thanks, mom
Putting
and
up
dad.
That's
with it.
awesome.
Yeah. They eventually moved it upstairs and above the garage.
Yeah.
Smart. But so I would listen to Hanson. I wanted to be Hanson.
Yeah.
So I would watch him on the VHS and I would try to play along with it. And so self-taught.
Yeah.
And then, music tastes get a little bit better.
That's honestly, it's a great place to start because, like, not to call him out, like, but he's not a bad drummer by any means, but it's pretty simplified drumming.
Yeah, he
it's
was
a
also,
great
like,
place to start.
9 at the time. So I was like, that's pretty close in age.
Yeah, I could do
it.
this.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
a left-handed drummer though.
Fools.
Weirdo.
Crazy.
Fools. Cool. Man.
Yep. And then, musical
crazy.
taste got better.
Yeah.
Found out, I went to the pop rock. Like everybody listened to Britney Spears. If you
Yeah.
didn't, like, who were you?
Yeah, you're
While you're
you're
trading
lying.
Yeah.
trading your Pokemon cards in the
Oh, yeah.
recess yard.
Toxic's a bop.
Toxic
It is.
It has staying power.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Brittany
It holds
forever.
up.
I mean, even like post meltdown Brittany.
I think we can all relate to that.
That was
Brittany.
She was so genuine in that moment.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
Real.
That's what she wanted to do, and she
mad
did
respect.
Yep.
Yep.
it. Man,
And yeah, here we are. So
leave
started
it
with
to Kris
Hampton.
Wilson to validate Britney Spears shaving her head.
I shaved my head for similar reasons.
That's fair. You've done it numerous
Also
times.
got tired of painting hair. So
Yeah. Tell me, all right, so not to turn this into like a volunteer pitch, and so I won't make it that, but there's a lot, like, how do you make the time? Because, like, it the way you do it, it takes a lot of hours to volunteer the way you do. Like, how, like, what, why? You know, like, that like, a lot of people have a hard time, like, even just dipping their toe into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's expectations or what. You know, I've been on staff for so long. It's probably hard for me to even like put myself in those shoes. But you know, you're a volunteer through and through, albeit an A+ volunteer. But like,
I'm the lowest paid staff member at Vertical.
that is true. You got a quarter the other day, didn't you?
No, that was
Oh, that was Blake.
yeah, Blake
Yeah,
got-
you didn't even got paid yet.
and I didn't. Golly.
So like, how do you? I guess Avery kind of answered this earlier, but like even in like the day to day or the week to week, like what's your thought process on the drive up, or you know, leaving a Wednesday night when kids be acting a fool?
What keeps you motivated?
Yeah.
What keeps me motivated? Oh man, very good question.
What's the payoff? I guess
the
Yeah,
payoff? Team night dinners.
that's true. Plenty of canes.
Canes.
Man, the payoff is just seeing the process and all the time going into it impact people's lives.
Yeah.
Whether it's a small little win, like somebody that doesn't enjoy church comes and has a good time. They say, you know what? That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a win. Or, you know, you have the really big wins, like a kid at Amplify might say, you know, I want to accept Jesus. Like, all the time in the world is worth it at that point.
Yeah.
It is just so it's fun. I like the people I'm with. The culture up here is something that I've never, you know, been a part of anywhere else hardly.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you, Chase.
I agree with
Thanks
that.
for the hype. All right, next segment.
Yep.
Sure.
All right, let's get it out of that sensitive, wimpy stuff and get into the real meat. Let's get spicy. Last week, you know what? Last week went so deadgum well with Avery's questions that since she's on here, I thought it was a great idea to have her ask this week's questions. Kris, I know you listened to it last week. They were pretty
Oh, yeah.
spicy.
They were
Great
good.
questions, very heady.
Yeah.
You know, and us as two heady people, I feel like we're the perfect people to really be answering these questions.
200 IQ questions.
200.
Easily.
Hey.
All right, Avery,
All right.
you lead it out. Ask us anything.
Okay. So first question here is, what would your younger self not believe about your life today? And younger self could mean anywhere from like 7 to teenager.
7 to
Just
teenagers.
Elementary, high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Infant.
My 5th grade self wouldn't believe that I still play Pokemon, the trading card game.
There you go.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I think mine, I was a pretty heavy like sports junkie, like early high school, actually most of high school. So I rarely watch any kind of sports nowadays, and I think that would like blow my younger self's mind. Like they would be incomprehensible to him. So that's what I would say.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. I play video games more now.
No, you don't.
Than I did back then. Absolutely. Well, let me take that back. Not as much with baby, but like as an adult, I've definitely played more video games than I did. But it kind of makes sense because I'm my own man now, and it's my time's my time.
No more
So-
bedtimes.
Yep. Take that, Mom.
Do you want to stay up all night? You can.
I did.
I would totally
Often.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Avery?
I think mine would be being married at 22.
It's
Like-
pretty young for
Yeah.
today's standards.
Yeah,
so young.
like I feel like I'm pretty young to be married, and I would have never thought that as a teenager.
How old are you now?
I turned 23 next month.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
I
goodness.
think I actually got married at 21, but whatever.
Do you know, or
I don't know.
how old were you?
It was last year, so
Okay.
whatever, however old I was then. But yeah, being married this
Well
young.
said.
This many years old.
All right. Question 2. What movie, book, or TV show would you read or watch for the first time again if you had the chance?
Oh, like if you could erase your memory and then watch something for the first time.
And it could even be like a YouTube video.
I think
whatever.
about this a lot. Like as I'm watching stuff, like I wish I knew that this wasn't coming yet. Oh man. Gosh, that's a great question.
It is great.
It is.
Do you already know, Chris? Should we think out loud while recording?
I think
As we panic?
That'd be fine.
Movie
Yeah,
or
let's-
book or TV show?
I would. Shoot.
I should have narrowed the question down.
No. Because this gives us the whole universe to answer.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a book.
Yeah, I would definitely not book. No.
Yeah.
Because movies are just so.
I think about movies with like major plot twists so that I've been like, oh my gosh, I did not see that coming.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
gracious.
I got a movie.
Okay.
Cabin in the Woods.
Never
Really?
heard of it.
Brilliant movie. Once you see it the first time,
Ruined after that.
it's still a great movie. You can still watch it
Yeah.
on repeat.
I have to
but
watch it.
It's
Don't give any spoilers
it's
away.
fantastic. The stories. It's kind of one of those like spooky kind of movies, but I wish I could watch it for the first time.
Yeah. I think for me, have y'all ever seen Arrival? Movie
No, but I've been told many times that I should watch it.
Man, that one blew my mind. It's like, I mean, it's definitely a sci-fi movie, but it's way more than that. Like it's just a really good story about like communicating and like it's a beautiful movie. And the ending just like blows your mind. So I would probably watch that again.
All right. I'm going to give an answer. I'm not ashamed of it, but I feel like a lot of people would say this, but it's well deserved. I wish I could watch Breaking Bad again for the first time. I know you have high opinions of Breaking Bad as well,
Yeah.
and have been to Albuquerque.
I have.
Albuquerque.
Wow.
I was in New Mexico. I believe they were still filming.
Yeah.
Wow.
What year were you? What year did you leave Mexico? New Mexico.
New Mexico.
The New Mexico.
It's the recent one.
Yeah.
We left in 2015, I think.
And you were there for 3 years?
Yeah.
Oh, you were totally there while they were filming.
Yeah. We actually had a painting student that did a landscape with the RV
Oh yeah.
in it, and
yeah.
it got stolen off the wall because because Breaking Bad.
Of course it did.
Breaking Bad fever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, great show. That'd probably be.
Just the tension I felt during that show. I think aside from like scary movies, I don't even much like them honestly, but like the tension I felt watching that show is like, just because anything could happen. Like it was fair game.
Yeah.
You know.
Is it
This
one
one-
of those shows where you're like, you think you know where it's going and then it completely doesn't?
I think eventually, by the time I hit like the later half of season 3, I just gave up on like expectation and just started just watching.
That's fair.
You know, just because I mean, season 2 and early 3, so many things happen,
Man.
that just you just can't even comprehend, like expectation wise. That I just said, well, literally anything can happen at this point, so I'm down for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Breaking Bad,
I want to be a little bit of a weeb real quick.
do it.
Like,
Sailor Moon.
gosh, Sailor Moon was good, but probably if I could watch Hunter x Hunter again.
No idea what that is.
It's Ask Parker. It's like mainstream
Parker in our
anime.
small group,
Yeah,
Parker?
Parker in our small group. He's just finished it, I think. But
Okay.
that was a really good one. But if I had to pick an anime, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, that's a very mainstream or like dive off into anime friendly, but it's because it's so good.
Like I watch it as
a guy who hasn't
it's like a
watched it.
teenager. Like when it was on Toonami at night or Adult
And you had
Swim
to
or
wait
whatever.
for it?
Had to wait for it.
Yeah.
And but watching as an adult, I want to watch it as an adult for the first time again because there's so many subtle things that are happening, and
Yeah.
it's just
It is interesting watching childhood movies as an adult now because
I want to watch
they're just
SpongeBob
different.
like the TV show.
the TV show into the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a better series.
Let's do it for a week.
Okay.
Is there a video game that you would play again?
I almost said a video game, but you said watch or read. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I do have one.
After you, please.
Actually, there's probably like 10.
Break the list out. Do it.
There's been one game that I've like stayed up like almost a 24-hour period playing when I got it to like when I finally left the cave, and that was Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
I got Skyrim for Christmas, and I literally played that game for 23 hours straight.
Wow.
Man.
No sleep.
Well done.
I could have died. I was so tired, but I just
Worth it.
And it's like it's a great game, but I also didn't. I had no notion of like bugs and stuff like that. So like I was just all in it because I'm a story person, and the depth of it and all, it's just so good. Another one is The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I wish I could play The Last of Us again for the first time. That's probably the best story mode I've ever played. Ever.
That's good.
It's so good.
All right.
I know one of yours. But you go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to have a list as well.
Yeah.
First one, Final Fantasy 11.
I knew it.
Final Fantasy 11. It was my first online MMO.
Yeah.
I played it for 9 years.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a unique pick
It
as far
is.
as Final Fantasies
yeah.
go.
My next one is Final Fantasy 10.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Margaret just played that kind of for the first time about a year ago.
She love it.
Great.
Nice.
Such a good story. I had it for PS2 back in the day.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Kingdom Hearts 2 was good, but 3 just makes the whole thing convoluted, and it's just,
That's why I want to experience 2 before I know about 3.
yeah. Ugh.
Anyway, what's do you say 7? Is a 7 on your list, or
I'm not a
is
7 guy.
man?
If anyone, it'd be like 8. I think 8's better than 7.
Avery, do you have a video game list? I didn't take you as a gamer.
I played a little bit of. I mean, I played some video games when I was in middle school. I was
Noob.
sorry. I mean, I loved Zelda. I don't remember which one I had.
Fist bump.
that
Fist
is-
bump. Fist bump. Yeah.
I think I had Twilight Princess. Is that one?
Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
is one.
That was
yeah,
a
I
good
liked
one.
that one. And then I also liked Pokemon Black. That one was good. But I was also a huge like Super Mario fan.
Which one?
Just the Super Mario Bros. Like the
classic.
the classic one.
Good stuff.
Bros is good.
Yep. I also had Mario Party on the Wii, and that one was fun.
Mario Party is an underrated franchise.
That's how you lose
Yeah,
friends, though.
Yeah.
It's like the monopoly of video games.
That game is so much fun. But yeah, I mean, I was also I love Nintendogs, so
Oh,
Great
that was a
game.
good one.
oh, you know what? I wish I could play RuneScape again for the first time.
Yes.
I had never experienced something like that before. And as like a 8-year-old, it was just mind blowing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. I think I was 8.
Playing an MMO for the first
It's old.
time is like looking back at it would
crazy.
be like if I can go back and play that game, knowing what I know about it now. Oh my
I
gosh.
would literally destroy kids' lives.
Oh yeah, and grown people.
That's true.
There you go.
Probably
Man.
mostly grown men.
I feel like do we have one more question?
Yeah, we got one more.
Sorry.
Okay. Going from video games to a little deeper.
Fine.
Sorry. That's what you get when you have me on the podcast.
That's all right.
That's what you get when you let
You
your
asked
heart
for
win.
it. What have you tolerated in the past from people that you no longer have space for? It's kind of a heavy question.
The things that I've tolerated that I don't have space for, or the people I don't have space for.
The things that you've tolerated from people.
Man.
Probably really lame excuses.
Yeah.
Like teacher Kris, you know,
Doesn't take no BS.
Yeah.
Nah,
oh, my
if-
dog ate my homework.
if you can't prove to me or show me that your dog ate your homework, because I've gotten that a lot. Like, oh, like I lost it or I spilled water on it. Like, okay, show me. If you show me the thing, then
Then
I'll be
I'll
like,
believe
oh,
you.
okay, yeah, you did. That's
Yeah.
fine. But when there's never evidence.
Yeah. I think for me, I used to let people take advantage of me a lot, and I would just give and give and give, and like, I guess like not take care of myself or realize my limits and set boundaries. So I think that's something that I don't really tolerate anymore.
That's a good one. It
Yeah.
really is. Yeah, it's important to.
It took a lot of difficult friendships to learn that. So it's definitely a hard lesson learned, but
Knowing how to say no is very important.
yes, it is. It is.
I don't tolerate flaky friendships anymore. I
Yeah.
don't have time for that anymore.
Yeah.
I talked about it last week on the podcast, but like I take it,
Oh yeah.
I'll take friendships to a 10 pretty fast if I decide like, man, this person's really cool. I like hanging out with them. And if you start being that flaky friend now, I'm like, all right,
Done.
yeah, I'll see you later. Let me know if you want to hang out, but
Yeah.
I'm not about to text you every day.
Yeah.
I'm not about, I'm never mind. Yes.
Because I feel like you're you're an all-in person. And so you want your friendships to be like that too.
Yeah.
But I also don't know you that well. So
Well, it says a lot that's
Pretty bold statement there.
in my 1 month of being employed here, that's what I've learned.
Good questions again, Avery.
Thanks.
We should recommend some stuff to people.
Let's do it.
All right. Recommends. Probably wasn't even close. But I bet it was in the same key.
Why not?
I got 7 to choose from. It's got to be decent. Anyway, recommends. All right, here's the sitch. Okay, you do a want, a read, need. Whoa, a where and a read. All right, first we're splitting these up person by person. Kris is gonna take 2 because he's an overachiever guest.
Oh, yeah.
All right, where do these things come from? All right, Ben. One day we'll see him again. His mother-in-law was tired of the commercialization of Christmas, said, you're going to get 4 gifts, okay? It's going to be something you want, something you need, something you're going to wear, or something you're going to read, okay? So we're trying to take these tenets,
Tenants.
Pillars. There you go.
pillars that Janice has taught us. Thank you, Janice.
Thank you, Janice.
Thanks, Janice.
And dish them out to you, okay? So these are things that we already have in our lives, and we're telling you about them.
Okay.
You, the listener, not you, Kris.
I am both.
Yes. So therefore, Kris, you're doing a want and a where.
Yes.
You're first. Just your want, though.
Just my want. My first want that I think anybody could want
Well
would
said.
be wanting built-in free time to pursue something.
Like in your day-to-day
your
life or
day-to-day
weekly,
life.
sometime
Like
during-
picking up a hobby or
Just having some time to really focus on perhaps a hobby, perhaps a passion, but scheduled time to dedicate to something that you need to be doing,
yeah.
that you feel like that you need to do
I feel like we could
or
all use that.
want to do.
That's well said.
Thank you.
That sounds like a guy with a busy schedule that's had to make that happen. Is that
Someone
accurate?
that needs to get in the studio and paint.
I feel that. Not the painting part of it, but the doing the
Staying
fun thing.
creative.
Doing the thing.
Yeah.
Doing the
I
thing.
need time to do the thing.
Doing it for
If it's at
you.
11 p.m., so be it.
Do the thing.
Man, talking to me. All right, need. That's me. I'll do the need this week. Like I didn't already think of it. All right, here's what you need. All right, we're gonna get real homeowner on you. Okay. It is about time that you replace your kitchen or dining room lights. Okay, and go with something a little mid-century, if that's your vibe, and a little flat, and with an LED light built in. A lot of these that you can get nowadays have even different temperature settings built in because they do like these flat, like multiple LED lights. They throw some dadgum light, man. That's the whole room from this like 11-inch light that's flat up against the wall or the ceiling, lights up your whole place, energy efficient, looks great. I think it's something you need to do.
That's good.
That's good, yeah.
A little boring, but we did a lot of this when we were moving in our house back in August, and man,
It's important.
it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks real
It
good.
really does make all the difference.
Yeah.
LED lights, though, the future.
They are the future. My father-in-law has a theory though, and I'm kind of bought into it.
Okay.
These LED lights are going to be so efficient that all these bulb companies that's the thing they do is bulbs, they're going to run themselves out of business because they're making such efficient lights. Like some of these LED bulbs can
Makes
last
sense.
like 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's
right?
wild.
It's a ridiculous business model. The only way you can do stuff like that is if you're doing like jackets or something.
Or you got to make them like super expensive.
Yeah, and they are not.
They are not. Very
So-
affordable.
Anyway, minor rant.
Good rant.
Give me a where, Kris.
Aware.
Make me aware of your wear.
I will make you aware that I am wearing Thursday boots.
Hey.
The captains.
On Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dude, but every day is Thursday when you're wearing Thursday boots.
They do look really good.
They do.
Lift them up a little higher so that I don't
Yeah,
remember where the
there you
camera
go.
can see, but I
Yep.
think they're good.
Hopefully.
Hold on, let me get the socks.
Oh.
And a little bit of leg hair.
A little bit of leg hair.
Oh,
How
there you
white
Those are nice
I
socks
look.
too.
I'll close
Thank
my
you to
eyes.
Margaret. She gave them to me because she doesn't wear them.
Shout out.
Oh, smart.
Shout out to confession time. I wear girl socks.
That's all right.
Hey.
A lot of girls wear guy
I
socks.
wear men's
I like the,
socks.
the, the
So-
squeeze of
If
the,
you,
the
if
smaller
anyone
foot.
that's shopped at J. Crew knows that the guys have the best socks in there, so that's where you need
I think
to
they're
be
just more
shopping.
fun. All the
Yeah,
girl
we
socks
get more
are like
patterns
no
and
shit,
better
no shit.
colors.
Walmart, baby.
Yeah.
Walmart has
And they
good
last
socks.
longer, too,
Walmart has
but-
stepped up all around in their apparel department.
I'm
It's crazy.
I'm proud of you, Walmart.
Yeah.
Shout out to Walmart. Sponsor me.
And Thursday
Cool.
boots. No, I have a pair of Thursday boots too, so I can vouch.
They are
Chris.
so comfortable. My first pair of boots to ever own,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
You look good in them.
Do you
man.
drum
I
in
feel
them?
good. I can drum in them. They're
That is
flexible.
a sign of a great drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sorry, boot, not drum. Maybe drum.
The drums are great.
Yeah, they are. They are great.
They are drums.
They are drums. Drums are drums.
You know how you do.
All right. Anyway, Avery, help me.
Okay, a read. So if any of you guys do y'all like Broadway
Nope, not at all.
musicals?
I like
couple
Shrek
of
the
them.
musical.
Okay,
Shrek
I
the
mean
musical
that's a good
is
one.
great.
It really is.
Yeah.
It is very underrated. Well, if you like, someone out there hopefully likes Broadway musicals. And there is a musical called Dear Evan Hansen, and
Oh, I've heard of this.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's an incredible musical. The soundtrack.
It's what got Chris in the drumming, right?
What, Hanson? Yes.
Callback.
But they have made a novel based on the musical, and
Does it have the stage direction in it?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. It's like just a normal.
It's not that
novel.
meta.
But I mean, it's incredible. It's
What's the plot? Give me the overview of it without the spoiler.
There we go.
well, it's pretty much a coming of age story of a boy, and he's raised by a single mother, and he just kind of feels like a nobody, and it's kind of his journey to being known and seen, and there's lots of crazy details in it, but it really is just an incredible story, and the novel is just so descriptive, and if you've seen the play, it goes hand in hand with it, but with just it's narrated by him, and like it has his thoughts in it, so it's
First
just
person.
yeah,
That's kinda
it's
cool.
it's great. It's a good book. I'd recommend it.
Good recommends.
So,
That was a good galley.
Galley?
Stable. A good stable,
stable.
of recommends right there.
There you go.
Keeping our lives stable.
Indeed.
And we are able to end this podcast in a hurry. See you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.